What's happening, my beautiful people? My name is Dirty Mike, and today I've got another dollar store squad you could use in FUT Champions, whether you need a cheap main team or a fitness squad. And make sure to get in those comments. I want to see what type of cheap team you're using. As always, if I use it, I put it in a video, I'll give you the credit. If you enjoy the content, make sure to drop a thumbs up. We got a bit of a hybrid on screen and in demand. Before we get into the clips, if you need cheap codes, cheap games, pre-orders, head on over to G2A, use Dirty, get that discount. The links are in the description. Player instructions. Always going to be crucial. A major key to success. And we're going to discuss the squad. I'm going to cover the good, the bad, the ugly, the preference choices. There's really not much that's bad or negative to say about this team. But I want to make sure I'm giving you guys a full breakdown over the clips, and we're going into FUT Champions qualifier matches. I've already qualified because I've won Division 1, and I'm going to keep that on repeat. And going forward, if you finish in the gold placement, if you've been taking part in FUT Champions, as you see on screen, we got some custom tactics. I'm not sure that I love these, but it's what I was using with the team, so I want to show you guys what I used. And if you want to remake and replicate, it's not going to be hard for you to do. But let's talk about the squad, all right? In goal, in net, anytime I get a chance to use Farman, I'm about that life. I like him better than Leno. And in terms of your coins versus the value you get, then he's even better than Neuer. Based on that kind of breakdown, I'd have to put together a chart where you're talking about what you get for what you pay and just the general synopsis of why. Ooh, don't hit him with the rainbow, Mike. Can you finish that? Ooh, that's a thing of beauty. I lost my entire train of thought. The point I'm making is Farman is the real deal this year. I know goalkeepers, so much preference, but I love the man. I don't have anything negative to say about him. I've used him in squad after squad after squad, and it's not a coincidence, even though we do concede a goal. Just let's keep it moving. That was my bad defense, not Farman's fault. And in the defensive line, I went with Ta, who is your cheap Boateng. If you can't afford Boateng, Ta is not as good, but is he similar? Yes, he's big, he's German, he's able to definitely push people around. He still has a certain degree of similarity if you're looking at Boateng on a discount. We also got Manolis, and I like that guy a lot. He's not been bad for me this year, and this team only cost me about 26,000 coins. There are a couple players that I guess wouldn't be considered extra cheap. Renato Sanchez, probably going to run you around 10K. And then Draxler and Manolis are both in that 3,500 range, maybe even a little bit less. But the rest of the team, you're picking up for literally discard or the cheapest you could. Yeah, discard. No, that's right. Pretty much everybody else, you're picking up a discard except for Han right now because he has that Movember card. But if you already had him in your club, he's not going to be expensive. Don't get me wrong. Don't think you're going to break the bank. That's not going to happen. My opponent's got a team on deck. You don't want to face off against Pogba. And if you enjoy this video and you want to see me talk about my FUT Champions team, which I will be doing live on stream, drop a thumbs up. I'll put out another video with my, hey, we're not necessarily limited in coins nearly as much. This is the squad that I think I'm going to use for FUT Champions. Not a secondary or third string. My main squad. And then I went with Wendell, who is excellent. A lot of people use Wendell this year before they were able to afford Alaba, because Alaba is that guy. If you got the coins, I recommend him. He's that dude. This year, probably next year, probably the year after that. I just can't say much negative about Alaba. I can't find negatives. He's the best left back in the game, and I'm sticking to that. As we salute, appreciate that. Scoring corner kicks, we got to do that. And then Perez, we all know about the Brazilian, one of the very few cards that actually is a right wing back. He's zoom speed. And then we've gone with De Rossi and Sanchez. Renato Sanchez is spectacular. He does everything you could ask for. Another cheap version of Vidal. We've got a lot of people in this squad that remind me of higher rated or more expensive cards, and you're just looking at the discount as we give up a goal, the discount version here. And then De Rossi hasn't been bad. He's not expensive for a reason. He does feel a little bit lackluster and sluggish when attacking. I can understand if you don't love him, but for this team, he made sense, had to bring together the chemistry, and he's not bad at all as a holding midfielder. Your problems are more so in the attack. We're used to having a De Rossi that had a lot of shot power and could score from long distance at least. And this year he kind of lost some of that swag, at least in my opinion. Then we got my man Draxler, who I don't understand why more people don't use him. Draxler is another player that you can use superlative on superlative, adjective on adjective, whatever you want to say about how good he is in the game. He's huge. He's 6'2". Eyes are not blue, but he can perform at the top level. I love Volland, actually. A lot of people have been raving about this guy, and this is one of the first squads I put him into for YouTube. I've used him a little bit this year, but I rate him. I like him a lot. He was definitely an asset to the squad. Han up top. There's a few different overpowered or guys that are pacey that'll make a difference for you in the Bundesliga. You've got Han, you've got Warner, you've got Chicharito. I feel like I'm leaving somebody off. That are all in this cheaper price range. It's just a matter of who you like. For me, Han's got the job done. He's big, he's fast, he does not have the skill moves. And then my man Kevin. K-Camp, boy! Nah, he just scored actually, I think it was yesterday. It wasn't a great goal or anything, but his dribbling and his agility, he's very agile. I'm talking when he's cutting left, he's cutting right. It's beautiful. I rate him. He's not going to score from long distance. However, in a 1v1, as you saw in some of my clip examples, we're bringing this to a close, he's fine. He can finish his dinner on a 1v1. Just don't expect him to shoot from outside the box with high levels of accuracy. Remember, if you enjoyed the content, to drop a thumbs up if you're brand new around these parts. Make sure to subscribe. I'm happy to have you. And all my social media is boom, 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 somewhere on screen. Stay in touch. Stay linked up. But until next time, peace.